Hello everyone, welcome to the story of Wishmaster, part 8. I had originally planned for there to be 2 more chapters, but something happened last week that changed my mind, so there'll be 3 more chapters instead. Ironically, I think my retelling will be better for it. In Wishmaster, Tony Todd plays Johnny Valentine. He only has a small role in the film, but it's a really interesting one. His performance is superb, and watching him face off against Andrew Divoff is a real treat. It's a fantastic scene. Alas, he died last week. Rest in peace, Tony Todd. Wishmaster contains many cameos from actors that have worked in horror films before. The 3 most well known are Tony Todd, Robert Englund, and Kane Hodder. Tony Todd was best known for playing the Candyman, but he also played the leading role in the 1990 remake of Night of the Living Dead. He appeared in many science fiction shows too, shows such as Star Trek, Stargate SG-1, and Babylon 5. Robert Englund played Freddy Krueger in A Nightmare on Elm Street, and he has been in a number of science fiction shows too. Kane Hodder is best known for playing Jason Voorhees in the Friday the 13th series of films. In addition, 2 of the crew members make notable cameos. Robert Kurtzman, the director, plays one of the guests at Beaumont's party, and Tom Savini plays one of the customers in the pharmacy. There's also a few references to horror writers. Specifically, some of the characters in the film are named after them. Wikipedia has more details if you want to look into this in more detail. I'll put a link up at the top and in the description too. But let's get on with the retelling. Alex storms out of the house, gets in her car, and drives as fast as she can to the Beaumont estate. Along the way, her mind races, and her thoughts take her back to Josh's death. Then she remembers making her first wish, and all of the horrors that the djinn had shown her. The roads are busy with Saturday night traffic, and it's a minor miracle that she doesn't crash the car. 2 students suddenly run across the road, and she only just manages to stop in time. Of course, the students run off, and Alex gets to sit back in her seat for a moment. She only gets a second's rest though, as the djinn appears outside the car, and he smashes the driver's side window. Alex screams, and the djinn puts his fingers through the door and he taunts her by saying, "Going my way?" Alex drives off as quickly as she can, leaving the djinn far behind. But it's clear that the djinn is not going to give her a moment's rest now. He is focused on the end game, and he no longer has any time to wait. Alex drives into the Beaumont estate. Most of the guests have arrived already, but there are still a few people arriving. A tall and well-dressed man stands by the entrance. He is welcoming new guests, and he is checking their invitations. Alex gets out of her car, and she starts walking towards the entrance. As she walks up the steps, she hears someone behind her. Perhaps it's another guest, so she turns around to look. It's Nathaniel. He looks at her, and then he looks at his watch, as if to show her that she doesn't have much time. Then he looks back at her, and he smiles. Alex turns back around, and she quickly continues up the steps. But before she can enter the house, the man at the door stops her. He says, "Excuse me, ma'am, is your name on the list?" She tells him that he has to help her, and that the guy behind her is crazy. He broke her window and he's trying to kill her. Luckily for Alex, the man at the door believes her, and he moves to confront Nathaniel. As he does so, Alex slips past him, and she makes her way into the house. Nathaniel tries to walk past the man, but he's having none of it, and he places his hand on Nathaniel's chest. So Nathaniel tries to use his charm instead, but that doesn't work either, and the man makes it clear to him, if your name isn't on the list, you don't get in. The djinn can't think of any other ideas, so he resorts to the same tactics he used with the guard at the auctioneer's. It worked last time, so why not use it again? He tells him that he's dealt with his type before, and then he insults him. The man replies, "Doorman, the name is Valentine. Johnny Valentine. You remember that when they ask how you lost your eye." Nathaniel backs down, and he offers to make him a deal. But Valentine declines the offer, so Nathaniel asks him what else he has to do. "Surely you are not telling me this is all you can do?" He continues by suggesting that Johnny could have more. It is a tactic that rarely fails. He asks him, "Wouldn't you like to escape to a more exciting profession?" At first it doesn't work, but the djinn continues to goad him. He tells him to take the chance and answer the question, "Would you like to escape?" Johnny replies, "Yeah." And the djinn says, "As you wish." The djinn transports him into a human-sized steel box with glass panels on each side. The box is completely filled with water. Inside, Johnny Valentine is struggling to break free of the bonds that the djinn has placed him in. As he walks away, the djinn observes that Houdini did it in 2.5 minutes. But of course, there is no escape for Johnny Valentine, because the djinn has cleverly twisted his words. He has given him the more exciting profession of an escapologist, but without any way to circumvent the padlocks and chains. Nathaniel makes his way into the party, and he goes to find Raymond Beaumont. I have one issue with this chapter of the story. The scene with Johnny Valentine is far too similar to the scene with the guard at the auctioneer's. The result is exactly the same too. I've been thinking that Johnny Valentine might have an ace up his sleeve. I wonder if he knows something that the djinn does not. Let's make Johnny Valentine a supernatural being too, so that when the djinn puts him in the tank of water, he can actually escape. He would stretch his arms out, which would break the bonds and make the water and tank explode outwards. That would leave him standing there, and maybe he won't even be wet. When Nathaniel turns around to see what's happened, Valentine will say, "That's an interesting talent you have there, but you should really pick on someone your own size." The djinn will flash an evil grin at him, but Johnny will disappear, never to be seen again. It won't affect the outcome of the story in any way, but it would be a bit different, and it would make the viewers wonder about the true nature of Johnny Valentine. In the next episode, the djinn is going to have some fun at the party. Alex manages to find Shannon, but what can she do against a creature older than time? Let me know what you think.